Nope, doesn't want me to zoom in. Oh, there we go. We're getting. Why is it unconnecting us? I had to move that right down like that. Okay, dude, so what are we fancying today?
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
Mum, I'm in half.
You're in half. I can see. You know, that's just the grip that's holding it up. Say morning. If anyone's actually there.
Morning.
Morning.
Guys, are you there?
Are you there? I like your ears, Ewan. They're very cool ears today. Right, let me just put that down a bit more in the hope. Right, Stegosaurus. Let's have a think. Look at me. I need to figure out where to put him on your face. Stegosaurus. Yeah. It's alright, I'm not going to move your ears. You can keep your ears on if you want. Well, maybe not there, because then they're going to get painted, aren't they? Doof. Right, let's have a think. Stegosaurus. So, let's not do one around the mouth, because we've done that already. Well, we've done dinosaurs around the mouth already. We're trying to think of something new, so we're making it up on the hop.
Eyes.
Around your eyes, okay.
One leg can go down my nose.
One leg can go down your nose?
Yes.
And you want the rest on your eyes? Sorry, I'm just cleaning out this brush. I thought I'd cleaned it, but obviously I haven't cleaned it well enough.
But his head can be over here.
His head. Oh, you want your head that way? I was going to do his head coming down your nose like that. I think that'd be quite cool, maybe.
But, Mum, one of the foots are going down.
Yeah, his foot can go there as well. Don't worry.
No, his face. No, his face.
Right, let's use that nice bright one. It's quite flamey. Or should let's tell you what, let's do his body, because we don't really know what colour dinosaurs were, do we?
I think it was rainbow.
You think it was rainbow? So what I might do is I'm going to do the plates.
And that Stegosaurus is orange.
Right, can you sit up straight for me? Right, go back to where you were. Good boy. Let's find. So I do his body in blues and greens and purples, and then we'll do his plates on his back in reds and oranges and yellows. Right. Hey, Mr. Model, are you still awake?
I'm sleeping.
You're sleeping.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to load up my stripy paint cake that I've made here. Actually, this might be a bought one. That was a chameleon one. So I've got a nice stripy brush. Okay, so there we go. Right, so let me try and figure this out. So can you stay nice and still for me? So I think we're going to have his body over your eye like a rainbow. Hey, maybe that'd be one that people would want to see. If we do a rainbow. And then his little, they had little tiny heads, didn't they? His little tiny head could kind of be on your nose about there.
I don't want on my nose.
Okay. And you wanted a leg down your nose as well, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And then his thagomizer. Now, do you know what a thagomizer is?
No.
Well, you know how some dinosaurs had those sort of spiky clubs on the end of their tails to hit other dinosaurs with?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, I used to work at the Natural History Museum, and I think it was while I was there was a cartoon, a comic in the newspapers called The Far Side by Gary Larson. Your grandpa John used to get the books, they were funny. And Gary Larson did a cartoon about a caveman called Thag being killed, being walloped by a dinosaur's tail and dying, which wouldn't have happened, would it? Because there weren't cavemen when there was dinosaurs.
No.
But the caveman that died...
Mum, everyone's giving a thumbs up.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, whoever gave a thumbs up. Cool. Thag died because he got thumped by the
Stegosaurus.
by the tail of the Stegosaurus, and someone started calling it a thagomizer, and it stuck. And all the paleontologists, all the scientists.
Mum, I think a dinosaur walked away.
Yeah, but remember there weren't actually people when there was dinosaurs.
No.
But yeah, I think that's what happened. Is that his legs there. Sorry, honey, I'm trying to think while I'm painting this. I'm going to make it up as I go along. That's a leg there, and here's a leg going down your nose, okay? And anyway, they started calling these little these big bits, these big lumps on the back of dinosaurs, they started calling them, on the tails, they started calling them thagomisers, because that's what had killed Thag in the cartoon.
Yep, and he whacked him away. You know,
right, so that's his main body, and let's get a little...
I think it went like that.
I've got a little one, and let's
But
do...
where's the hot one?
That's a heart stencil, that's one of the stencils that I make to sell. That one is for Pride. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm looking for a little flat brush. There we go. And we'll do some different colours. That's a little flat brush. All mine have got, sorry, it's not a very neat one. They've got like strong earth magnets stuck on them because my inside of my kit lids are always magnetised. Keep my brushes out of the way.
Yep, and that's a great place to put them.
It is, it keeps it out of the way, keeps them all tidy, keeps them facing down so the paint's not dripping up inside the bristles and making them even dirtier. Right, let's just see if this works. Okay, chin up for me, darling. So, were Stegosaurus, were they plant eaters or were they
Plant
meat eaters?
eaters.
And what's the posh word for plant eating?
Carnivore.
Nope, that's meat eating. It's herbivores. Think like herbs. They were herbivores. And originally, whenever they found, I think they've only found about 80 Stegosaurus. So I was going to say stencils. 80 Stegosaurus
Bones.
fossils. And originally, the first few they found, the plates on their backs had all kind of fallen off and were lying around, so they thought the plates lay sort of flat on their back, making a big kind of turtle shell thing. And it wasn't until they found one that had been much better preserved that they realised the plates actually stuck up in 2 rows like that, because the plates weren't attached to the skeleton, the flat bony plates just sort of grew out of the skin. It's funny, isn't it? And Stegosaurus actually means roof lizard, I guess, because they look a bit like roof tiles, don't they? Those funny bits on their back.
Yeah. And you look like diamonds.
They do look like diamonds. Good spotting on shapes, dude.
Because I'm an expert at them.
You're an expert at what, diamonds or dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs. What
Oh.
does? What? I'm an expert. I'm an expert. What I already know what you look like.
Oh, you do, don't you?
Yeah, because I'm an expert at dinosaurs.
So do you know what you call a dinosaur expert? Do you remember what when I was saying that?
Expert dinosaur.
If you're a scientist and you're studying dinosaurs, what are you called? You're called a remember? No? Ooh.
No.
Paleontologist.
Well, I already know what the shapes are.
Oh, I forgot to put some.
What?
It's alright, I just forgot to put his little scales on. We'll put them on in a minute, okay? I'll let that dry for a second. That wasn't the best brush for that, but we'll just roll with it. Right, let's put some. And spray my sponge. Oh, that's a dirty sponge. Let's get a clean sponge. Spray my face paint sponge. Oh, I can tell this one's just come off the washing line. It's all fluffy with all the little dandelion seeds or whatever it is that have been blowing off next door. Okay. Hi Zoe, how are you?
Can't see any
And
thumbs.
that's Zoe there. She does lovely paintings.
I can't see any thumbs up yet.
You've been watching that Shaun the Sheep where he gets thumbs up, haven't you?
Yeah.
You might get a heart if you're lucky, or a wave. They sometimes wave on this. Alright.
I want to get a
Alright, is that dry yet? Just let that dry for a minute. And then we'll work out how to do his little
Scales.
Yeah, so that's one of my not made stencils. That's one that I actually bought, but most of my stencils I make and I sell. Oh, that's alright. I'm not getting the stencils dry. I'm just waiting for your face to dry a bit.
Heart don't pass.
Someone give you a heart. Zoe gave you a heart. You gonna give her a heart back? Oh, you have to do it with me. I don't know if they can see that. Can we do it together? Oh, very good heart. Lovely. Well done. Right, so they're herbivores. What else did we say?
Plants.
That means they eat plants, and they think they used to wallop people with their tails. Herbivores, that's right. Like carnivore, someone eats meat. Carne is meat, yeah?
Yep, and herbivores are plant eaters.
That's right.
And they don't bite.
Well, they might have bitten, but yeah, we think they just kind of like they had the big bony plates to protect themselves. Oh, the other thing, do you remember?
For other meat eaters.
Yeah. Do you remember when we took you to the Natural History Museum? Maybe not. Do you remember where I used to work and they had the big dinosaurs?
Yeah, I do remember that. I want to go back there again.
Yeah, we'll go back when all this is over, when there's no lockdown anymore.
Ooh.
But they've found that, like, you know, the big diamond plates on their backs, they had funny little grooves in them. So they think one of the other things, right, can you sit straight for me?
Mm-hmm.
They think one of the other things that they might, the dinosaurs, have used these plates for was they think...
No, thumbs up.
Oh, cool. They think that maybe they had blood vessels running through them to help cool the dinosaurs down when they got too hot. Because you remember the dinosaur film we were watching? It was very, very hot and dry where they were in the late Jurassic.
And Dad...
No,
Mom,
yes.
there comes a big fire and it burned one baby dinosaur down.
Oh yeah, I remember that bit. There was a bushfire or something, wasn't there? Right, so first ever go at a stegosaurus. We're kind of making it up as we go along. Right, that's not bad.
Is it finished yet?
No, because I've been blathering away. Right, we're going to do the outlines now, and I hope this makes it a bit more convincing. So we'll do the outlines, and then we'll do the highlights, and then we'll be done, and then you can get sparkles. Is that okay? Yeah?
I can't see anyone giving little hearts yet.
Zoe says she's bored, so how can you stop her being bored?
I don't know.
I think Zoe's got big kids, hasn't she? So she doesn't have to face paint them every day.
I saw one thumbs up go.
You did? Right, nice and still for me. Nice and still. Your fringe is just long enough to get caught in that. Good boy. So I'm just going to outline using my favourite Ink Heart Chameleon. Oh, good boy. You're getting better at staying still, which really helps, Mummy. That's great. I love it. Good boy. Oh, that's so much better, Ewan. So if nothing else, am I blocking the view? No, you can see a bit.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Nothing else, but at the end of lockdown, you can be a model for me. And you were saying that you might like a body paint. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think I've got any paintable paint.
And can I talk?
Yeah, you can talk.
And my dad said,
And your dad said,
if we had a dinosaur on a motorbike with a turtle on top and a T-Rex on the side, fox on the outside, we have to put it on Daddy.
I've got absolutely no idea what you're talking about. So you want a T-Rex on a motorbike with a turtle on its head?
Yes.
Why? Is that its cap or something? Is that its
Helmet.
helmet? Yeah, right, don't wiggle for a minute because I'm just trying to do his little legs. Good boy. Oh, Ewan, this is so much nicer when you're really still. I love it. got a bit of a funny... Oh, keep your mouth still, darling.
I needed a yawn.
Did you? Something vaguely like that. Not the best Thagomizer. That brush went all blobby on me, the red one. Right, let's do his little back legs now. Sorry, front legs. I mean, it's going down your nose like you asked for, okay? Got a little leg just there. And then we're just doing these little...
thumbs up.
Oh, cool.
It's
Now,
raining.
who was it was asking for a stegosaurus? I'll need to look back. I think it might have been Erica or...
Mum.
Hey, Ellie. Is it Ella? Yeah, it is Ella.
Mum.
How are you lot? I hope you're all recovering. Love to your
Mummy.
family.
It went over her and the thumbs up at the same time.
Yeah. Ella, when she was a little baby, I used to... No, I didn't. Yes, I did still live with them then, I'm trying to think. I used to live with them when I worked at the Natural History Museum. With her mummy and daddy. And the first house that we lived in, their first house that they owned, when they were doing up the garden, the Natural History Museum had just finished putting on a show called Dinosaurs of the Gobi Desert, where they'd found all... Do you remember me telling you about it? They'd found all these nests, fossilized nests of dinosaurs in the Gobi Desert. And they brought them to the Natural History Museum and they put on this whole long gallery. There was a big display with all the dinosaur skeletons stood up and all the stone nests with all the stone eggs in them. And what they'd done is they'd put lots and lots of bits of flat slate, a bit like stegosaurus planks, all across the floor in rows to make it look like the stony Gobi Desert. And afterwards they had all this slate left and they were selling it off. So Ella's mum and dad bought lots of this slate and that became the paving for their garden. I remember having to turn up at the Natural History Museum in Andy's old Land Rover, collecting all this slate, filling up the Land Rover.
I want a Land Rover.
You want a Land Rover? Well, maybe when you're bigger you can get a Land Rover.
No, a toy one.
A toy one? I think you've got one, dude.
I don't. I don't.
Okay.
That was a Jeep.
That was a Jeep. Oh dear. Sorry, we're being finicky about Brant. Right, we're just going to do some highlights now, okay? Hopefully that's looking vaguely Stegosaurus-ish. So you can remember what the funny spikes, the bashy spikes on his tail were called?
Thagomisers.
Thagomisers. Well done. After poor old Thag in the cartoon, who got squished and spiked.
And whacked him away.
Whacked him away and probably impaled him because they're like big spikes.
What's pale?
Oh, well, Zoe says, well done for remembering Thagomizer. High five, dude. See? Education. Keep telling me it doesn't have to be boring.
Thumbs up.
Huh.
Thumbs.
Right, so nice and still again. You sit straight for me, please. Good boy. You are getting so good at this whole sitting straight thing. And you know how Michelle and Jenny and Emma and Grace, they are godparents for like you and Finley, different ones for each. I am Ella's little brother's godmom. So he's quite big now.
What?
He's quite a big boy now.
Like me?
Is Max? Oh no, Max is much bigger than you. Nice and still, dude.
He's 6.
Oh, he's much bigger than 6.
How big is he? Now thumbs up. It went in your eye.
It went in my eye. What went in my... Oh, the little dude. Oh, isn't that funny? So can you see it from where you are?
Yeah.
Oh, try and stay still, dude.
Hot.
Sign. Right, I'm just
One
going to give
hot,
it...
one in your head.
Yeah, can you stop talking just while I'm trying to do his teeth? So he didn't have sharp teeth. They had kind of peg teeth from what I remember. Because they were...
Plant eaters.
Plant eaters, that's right. And plant eaters don't need the big teeth, do they?
The herbivores.
Well done. Is that going to be your word for the day? I'd be very impressed if that was your word for the day.
Yes, it is.
Cool. Right, Okay, let's have a look. Oh, let me just sort his nose out. So his head's not quite right, but he's pretty cool. Got a little doodah. Right, let's give you some sparkles because we like our sparkles. Oh, goodness me. Were you up too early catching fish in the river with Daddy? Close your eyes gently. They are catching a few little tiddlers in bottle traps in a river down in a little forest. I've got to get, no, stop. Let me just, hello. Turning the camera around. Right, so, oh no, teddy ears. Turn towards my other way a bit, little, oh, I can't point because I'm holding the camera. Turn that way for me. Let me just move your head this way.
I just saw my teddy ears.
You can see your teddy ears. You can see your teddy ears like that, okay? All right, guys, be well. If you've got anything that you want us to try painting, do tell us and we will have a go. We're going to try and do one before lunch every weekday. Some things are being rejected by the model. Ooh, and I think the model is, oh, thanks, Zoe. Model is giving up. Can I get some pictures before you go? You sit back down, let me get some pictures, please.